Ron, this should be one brutal contest involving almost all of the IPW Cruiserweights.
No, I'm a big fan of Special Ed. Corky's mom dropped him off earlier on the short bus, and he come running in. Everybody loves Special Ed except for Bug. I don't know what that guy's problem is. He's flopping around like a dead fish in there. How a dead fish flops around, I don't know.
Well, Bug seems to have a problem with almost everybody. And Ron, I know you wanted me to explain the rules to this match. Have you ever seen a Royal Rumble?
Well, as a matter of fact, I have.
Well, it's nothing like that. In this match, yes, they come out at 1-minute intervals, but you have to be pinned or submit. You get thrown over the top rope, it doesn't matter. You can come right back in. That's a wimpy way to lose, especially in a Cruiserweight Battle Royal when everybody's flying all over the place anyways. In IPW, you have to actually get beaten to get thrown out of this Battle Royal. And also, a very interesting note, our hardcore champion right now, Dagon Briggs, he will be involved in this match. And earlier on in the show, right before this match, Commissioner Honest Eddie Edwards announced that Dagon Briggs' title will become a 24/7 hardcore title. Any of these guys in this match pin Dagon Briggs, not only is he eliminated, but they're the new hardcore champion, which means unless Dagon Briggs wins this and becomes the #1 contender, he's no longer going to be carrying gold.
Are you finished yet?
I think so.
All right. Well, the winner of this match gets a shot at Jet Jaguar's Florida Unified Cruiserweight title. And if you're just in this match, you get a shot at the hardcore title. You got to give Eddie Edwards his props. He made it, whereas the commissioner of IPW, oh my God.
Ron, who is this new guy? We got a lot of new young guys in this match. You know all about him from them training at the WrestlePlex. Tell us about this young kid right here.
That's a rookie sensation, Steve Madison, who just came off the top rope with a leg drop and basically took his ass and almost crushed the skull of Special Ed. This kid doesn't know when to leave good enough alone. He could have just took the leg drop and crushed the larynx of Special Ed, but instead he said, no, I'm going to drop right on his face, and then Kamikaze super kicks him. This Bug, he has no friends.
Bug has no friends. We talked about that earlier. But, Ron, you said everybody in this match has a shot at the hardcore title. But what these guys have to make sure of, if they actually want that shot at the hardcore title, they can't get eliminated before Dagon Briggs comes in. So that adds some extra incentive when you're an early guy in the match to try to hold on despite the fact that you might be winded, you might be a little bit tired. Even if you don't think you can make it to the end of the match to win this Battle Royal, just maybe you can pin Dagon Briggs along the way and come out of here with something.
There's everything on the line, and for some people, that's all it is to come in and make a name for themselves. If you can come in and last just for 10 minutes, for 8 minutes, whatever it is, you last in a match like this, you're going to make a name for yourself in IPW. Look at the teamwork by Kamikaze.
I thought Special Ed was going to get taken down there, but he turns into a flip there, almost gets a 3 count on Bug, but Kamikaze breaks it up, and here comes the Macho Mark, brother.
Macho Mark. Mark Zout is the type of guy, I don't know how he gets over. He throws Slim Jims to the crowd, and sure, they're big fans of meat products. Otherwise, they wouldn't be eating their IPW exclusive bratwurst served hot and spicy by Concession Boy.
I actually heard that they serve some great meat products up at Extra Innings Ballpark Cafe at 1850 Central Avenue in St. Pete. And Ron, what's that particular sandwich you're fond of?
Oh, the hot chicken surprise has the hot sauce and the blue cheese and it runs through the bun. And the
only thing here in IPW more tender than my skin, it's the sandwiches at Extra Innings Ballpark Cafe.
And the only thing that it isn't lacking compared to your skin is the festering open sores and boils.
All right, K5 there,
Okay.
But I tell you, once again, I have to tell everybody, if I'm not able to make it, you know who you call. That's Able Bodied Temp Service at 727-771. See, I got it, Ron.
It's 727-771-1111. And while you're screwing it up again for Able Body, their corporate office on the phone right now, and you miss Mark's out, or as he's called, the Macho Mark, dropping a huge elbow off the top rope on the rookie sensation, Steve Madison, eliminating him. But this is the kid that I like. This is the kid that I got my eye on. Kid Lethal, he's coming to IPW with all kinds of steam behind him.
Yeah, we know why you like him, Ron, because he's one of the few guys in the locker room that you can stand a couple inches over.
That has absolutely nothing to do with it.
I don't know, Ron. You seem to be marking out to him pretty good when you saw him take off his lifts. And that was a beautiful 450 splash by Kid Lethal, but the Macho Mark is able to kick out. And here comes Naphtali. He's one of our top cruiserweights here. He's never held that cruiserweight title. Some people find it hard to believe. He's never held the hardcore title. He has been a tag team champion. But this guy has to be getting frustrated. He doesn't think he should have to go through something like this to get his shot. He says that even though Jet Jaguar may be a fan favorite now, no longer lying with you, he thinks he's ducking him because of how well he's handled him in the past.
Do you think anybody cares what Naphtali thinks? You go to IPW-hardcore.com and you can read the comments of wrestlers like Naphtali. You can look at the profiles and the pictures and the history that people like Naphtali have made famous in IPW. And here's another newcomer to IPW Hardcore Wrestling, Roderick Strong. And again, just like Kid Lethal, this kid's been making a huge name for himself on all the Bush League federations, running the greater flea market areas throughout the Florida area.
All right, Ron, and there you see, just because these guys are new, they train together at the WrestlePlex. That was some sort of, it looked like he was going to go into the Razor Ramon's move there.
It was
the
a
Razor's Edge, but he
into
turns it into a diamond
cutter.
cutter. That was absolutely unbelievable. We've seen him do it a couple times before when he has a guy the size of Kid Lethal up there that made it all that much more impressive. And here comes Livewire. We haven't seen this guy in a while. He's got his face painted up all red now, and he's just biding his time. He's very smart. Let Naphtali hurt the new guy. Just stand back. Don't get involved. The longer you're not involved, the longer you're going to last in this match.
And the mullet slides over there with a very clumsy 3 count, and out goes the young man.
Out by Zout.
You listen to the Steel Cage with Cowhead and Putz on the Sports Radio 1010 a.m. The Team every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. until noon, and you're going to hear some of the best wrestling commentary you'll ever hear on the radio. As a matter of fact, they got a guy on there every week now, the hardcore giant Ron Nemi, that I hear is pretty damn entertaining.
Yeah, they try to include a bathroom break in all of their shows. But what I wanted to ask you right here, Ron, why would Mark Zout break up that pin attempt? That makes no sense to me. See, the guy he just saved ended up pinning him. He could have been down to one-on-one with Naphtali, but no, he goes and makes a bonehead decision. Speaking of boneheads, here comes Phil Lacio.
You ask why Mark Zout does that. The truth is, he was born in Lecanto, and people from Lecanto can get away with
anything they want. We all know that from our old Crystal River shows. Sorry to interrupt you, Ron, but that's my line.
Well, I stole it. You haven't used it in over 2 years since you were stumbling around at some redneck bar up in Crystal River. And you want to talk about breaking up the pins. Livewire comes and drops a brutal leg drop across the back of the head of Phil. And Phil looks somewhat stunned and somewhat aroused.
Yes, Phil always looks somewhat aroused when he's in there with the many hardcore competitors of IP. And look at this guy. Look, I mean, maybe Naphtali wouldn't have kicked out if he hadn't been so grossed out. Oh, and here comes Butt Pirate number 1, or whatever his real name is, Captain Crunch. I don't know, Ron. Who is this guy?
That's Skull from the Cutthroats. This guy's another one. I like him. There's something about this guy that just gets the fans of IPW and the hardcore giants' blood boiling. He comes in with so much fire, he takes Phil and hits him with a double suplex and kips up and says, "I'm in this for real, brother."
I know what gets my blood boiling is when Mike Sullivan goes out to the ring with ecstasy, and I think you had something to say about that, didn't you, Ron?
Yeah, because, on the computer in the office, I pull up simplyecstasy.com. You're going to see a whole new side of it. Actually, you're going to see every side of ecstasy. Meow.
All right, Ron, and as long as we're on the subject, let's get these other plugs out of the way. 2 other great websites. ProWrestlingDaily.com, that's Shannon Rose's website. We have to say his name at least once per show. And, of course, check out all the IPW news at IPW-hardcore.com.
Phil Lacio isn't the type of guy that people... Oh, my God, look, it's him, the Gauntlet, Luciano Benetti. Not exactly one of the favorites in the IPW
No, I've said it before. He makes Jack Hart's losing streak look like a footnote in Florida history. He can't even get the pinfall here on a weekend Livewire. But I remember back when Jack Hart was losing all of those matches, he couldn't win to save his ass for anything. But then all of a sudden, they had a Florida title tournament coming up, and he aligned himself with Percy Pringle.
Aaron, cut it off, brother. Nobody cares about Jack Hart and Percy Pringle. You might as well be talking about the Prince of Darkness, Locke, and everybody else. Nobody cares, because right here in IPW, you got Phil Lacio dropping... Look, he keeps hitting everybody with the 69 driver.
He's dropping something, all right. I don't know exactly if we can say it on the air here, but Luciano the Gauntlet Benetti looks much the worse for wear after tangling up with Phil Lacio, and I think a lot of guys can understand that.
On December 22nd at the Florida WrestlePlex, Christmas Carnage.
I told you it was a butt pirate. Look at him slapping asses there with Phil.
He's teaching him a lesson. You've always got this homoerotic fantasy about everybody.
In what universe is this guy a cruiserweight, Ron Nemi?
He's like those guys that are a mini version of... What the hell is he doing?
Did I tell ya? Did I tell ya?
No, there is no sodomizing in IPW, but I guess that's just changed.
I guess so, Ron. Everybody thought that we'd gone as far as we could go in IPW, but we just proved them wrong one more time.
I'm actually sick to my stomach. I'm a bit queasy.
Ron, you're always a bit queasy. It's from all that small funny that you seem to ingest. And who is this little red inferno guy that just came in the ring?
That's exactly who it is. The little red inferno guy.
I heard him coming in, and the referee was making a count on him, and he thought it was a 3 count. And he goes, "No, that was dos. That was dos."
See, that's the problem. There's a communication barrier here in IPW. That's where the commissioner, Eddie Edwards, comes in. When you got little Inferno guy in the ring, you got to be able to communicate to him. If you got to bring in Pampero Firpo or Pedro Morales or Johnny Rise to interpret, you got to do it. The mullet is over there blown up.
Look at this Naphtali pinning everybody in the ring. Who booked this crap?
Good question.
I tell you what, though, speaking of the Little Red Inferno, I did hear that his interpreter, the man who actually brought him in here, is the guy who lost to Naphtali in the Superdose Carnival, the drunken luchador Bob, and that was some weird editing. But the high flyer Justice, the guy who looks like Marcel even more so, comes into the ring, and he's tearing house and taking names, and that made no sense whatsoever.
None at all. I like it, Aaron. If you're going to screw something up, you go all out. But with Little Red Inferno guy in the ring at the same time as Justice and Naphtali, this is the thing. I'm trying to talk, and the truck is in my ear saying, hey, tell them what they're watching it on. And I have to laugh to myself.
There goes the IPW Tron, the Hardcore Tron, whatever you want to call it. So, fans, if you can't quite see because of all the mass confusion, here comes Trace Moonsaltos, as you like to call it, Ron. And could Naphtali finally be out of here? Oh, we should have known better.
Little Red Inferno guy there to break up the pin attempt, and here he is returning to IPW Hardcore Wrestling, Rico Casanova, or as he's known in some parts, Rico, former partner of Nova.
And don't forget, he's been in the PWI 500 on several occasions.
And he's wrestled in Puerto Rico,
against The Undertaker.
Yes, he did. And in Botswana, against the Botswana Beast
and here
Jr.
he comes, along with Seven. Hold on, I have to watch her.
Hello, Seven. My name is Ron.
Let's get our mind on this right now. These guys who are in the ring, they're salivating at Dagan Briggs coming in the ring. Naphtali figures, what the heck, I was booked to pin 8 guys anyways. I might as well pin my own partner, Dagan Briggs, and keep the hardcore title in the family.
And here's Justice with a flying net.
Now, that was one heck of a maneuver if Rico Casanova could have just stayed standing, but Justice was just a little too much. He took down the weight, tried to roll it into a schoolboy-type maneuver, but that didn't happen either because Naphtali stuck his nose in one more time.
What they call that, I talked to Rico later in the night, he can't post for anybody. What they actually call that in Puerto Rico, he's very wordily known. That's a mist-blown lucha spot.
Oh, he doesn't incorporate that into his arsenal
And
very
here's
much.
Nick Navarro wearing his favorite beach gear to the ring for his debut in IPW.
Yes, he looks very Johnny Ace-like, I must say.
Yes, he was hurt in the back bitching all night about making his debut in the Battle Royal. And you know what? That doesn't bother us because he won't be back.
And he's quite a dynamic dude.
Very dynamic. He just needs a skateboard.
All right, fans. Here you see Dagan Briggs playing it very smartly. He knows even the littlest mistake can not only keep him out of this match, but cost him the hardcore title.
Beautiful
Swanton
move.
bomb, Swanton bomb, whatever you want to call it. And he takes out Rico.
Not a bad move for a guy who got his wrestling gear in the Sears Men's Department Sportswear division. But, you know, he comes in and he hits what is that called? A Swanton bomb? And he takes out Rico, former partner of Nova, and he scoops up Dagan Briggs and says, damn it, why am I in this Battle Royal? I'm a superstar.
And look at this, it's somebody coming in dressed as Gold Dust. Gee, I wonder who that could be. That's what I thought. It's Mark Dust, and I'm not sure exactly what this guy's doing. I guess he's watching some old Mick Foley footage, thinking he can come in this Battle Royal twice. Oh,
very, very nice maneuver.
Neckbreaker.
No, it wasn't nice at all. Let's call it like we see it.
All right, Mark Dust gets the pin on the dynamic dude, and you're out of here, bro. Maybe we'll see you again. Probably not.
I don't think so. I think he joins the ranks of that not-so-special guy.
Okay, and here comes Rod Steele. He's your last IPW light heavyweight champion, because as we all know, it's now cruiserweight champion. You take a junior heavyweight and a light heavyweight, combine them together with IPW math, and you've got the Florida Unified Cruiserweight title held by Jet Jaguar. And let's not forget, that's what all these guys are trying to get a shot at. And you've probably got the 4 top contenders in the ring right now, Ron Nemi. And you see him. It's Rod Steele. It's Dagan Briggs. It's a high flyer Justice. And it's Superman. They used to call him albino. He's Naphtali.
You're exactly right. Look at the size of the breast.
And what is Star Stevens doing trying to get in the ring?
I don't know what he's doing.
He thinks there's airplanes flying overhead or something.
He's supposed to be out there as the guy that's keeping control outside the ring.
Oh, nice spin kick maneuver. And let's see what Naphtali's going to do here.
He's going to very gently and take his
Naphtali reminds me of that 3 Doors Down song.
What is it? Kryptonite?
Kryptonite, where they call him Superman.
I don't like that analogy. He says, hey, Dagan, hold on to the chair. And Dagan says, sure, I'll hold on to the chair. And Naphtali says, no, you jackass, the one over here so I can kick him in the face. What are you doing?
Well, you know, Dagan has that hardcore title on the brain, And what is it exactly? We know what he's going to do here, Ron. It's the combination maneuver. What does he call this maneuver?
This is the fountain of death. And it takes a Rod Steele with a broken nose, and I believe his orbital eye
And look
socket
at that.
was injured. And
Not only is Naphtali a Superman, but Rod Steele is not afraid to no-sell right back.
he hits him with a vicious sky high and immediately locks on the figure four.
It's actually the South Beach Slam.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying any
He
attention.
corrected me again this week, and I got tired of having to talk to the guy. He thinks he's such a ladies' man. Look at this maneuver. 1, 2, 3, and these guys get caught in the figure four, and both of them are eliminated. It's down to Dagan Briggs and Justice. Maybe Dagan Briggs, maybe that's all the extra incentive he needed, was having his hardcore title on the line to win this match.
No, he wants the Florida Unified Cruiserweight title more than anything. And he hits a huge leg drop.
He actually doesn't hit anything.
He missed. Total air ball. And Seven's out there going crazy, and she says, please, if you don't come home with that title shot tonight, you're getting none of this beautiful body, brother.
Hey, if I'd known that was the prerequisite, I would have gone out there and gotten that title shot myself.
You wouldn't ever got in the ring. You're scared sitting next to me. You're a little pansy.
Well, you're bigger than these guys.
Absolutely. I'm on the Ron Nemi deal. What the hell is that?
I don't know, but
fly and miss by about a mile gimmick.
Yeah, it looks like Dagan was out of the way before Justice attempted that, but maybe he couldn't see. And what is this going on in the ring? We all know by the build that's Von Tankard. 2, 3, and is he a new hardcore champion?
That's your new hardcore champion. He hits Dagan Briggs with a schoolboy out of nowhere.
Oh, look at
this.
this.
It's Schoolboy Extravaganza 2001 to finish this huge match.
And Dagan Briggs just gets pinned twice. That guy hadn't been pinned in months here in IPW or anywhere else, Ron.
They've been watching a lot of tape. They've found their weakness. You can hit him in the head with a chair, but the Schoolboy's the way to finish this kid.
All right, Ron, that was one hell of a match. And we're going to be back with IPW Weekly Recap next week.